All right, man. I gotta get your take on this, man. The second that it was kind of being rumored it was gonna happen, and then when it was finally announced by Mr. Turkey Al Sheikh on Ring, it almost felt like that saying when it's too good to be true, it ain't gonna
It's too
happen.
good. Yeah, it's too good
Do
to be
you
true.
know what fight I'm talking about, right?
No,
I'm gonna
which
see if
one?
you can guess it. It was just announced. It's a fight
Crawford,
that
Crawford, Canelo.
no. I mean that we knew that was done. Something that was just announced. It felt like it was too good to be true. Oh man, they just talking. Nah, ain't gonna be it. You know what I mean? These two guys ain't gonna face each other. At least right now. Why would there was not has there been a fight that recently was just announced that just made you
I'm not in the loop. Which one is it?
I'm just saying and you're gonna be like, ah, okay. Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney.
Oh,
Don't lie. You did not think that was
yes.
gonna happen. It was too good to be
I,
true, right?
I didn't. Um, when I saw the interview on the boxing show, shout out to Ness with
Yeah.
with Bill Haney and Brian Senior, and they're like, "Yo, we signed." I said, uh oh." So when you got men who do that, you know what's going down. You know what I'm saying? So I think Ness kind of forced the hand, like, "Yo, y'all saying what's up?" I think Ness should be more involved because he make stuff happen. He pull people's card, and that's what we need in boxing. We need to pull people's card. But I'm excited for the fight. I think it's a great fight. I think Brian Norman should be a way bigger star than he is. Every time I seen this kid, he looked phenomenal. Every time I see him.
Well, what's interesting before that, and I've seen like parts of the shows, and I think I saw some from Coach Malachi, which is like another YouTube. So I've seen bits and clips of all over the place. But from what I heard, right, and granted, I loved all the shows, and constantly put. I feel like the pressure might have been put on from those channels, like
Yeah.
constantly doing it. So I give them that. But I think Senior claims, I don't know how true it is, right, that that essentially there was a point where the Haneys was looking for a fight. They couldn't they couldn't find an opponent for the Haneys, and kind of
Yeah.
Turkey kind of came to the Normans and kind of worked it out, and they kind of said yes. So I guess they're arguing like you didn't come and bring an offer here. The offer was presented to. I don't know the storyline, right? But
Yeah.
I know that the Normans are claiming, at least seniors, like we got the offer, and you guys went on social media to make it seem like you were hunting us, to make it seem like you were trying to make the fight. But we've already got an offer, and before we can even act on it, you kind of went on a campaign. So there's some sort of at least mind games amongst them, right? And it felt like it wasn't going to be made regardless. So now it is made. Do you feel like it was a mistake across the board for either one of them? Because it seems
No.
like games and things are kind of moving around, and they're doing the
No,
social
no, no, no,
media
no.
and
Listen, they say make boxing great again. This is how you make boxing great again. You get in there and you fight. I think Brian Norman earned a big fight. Every time listen, he's crushing everything they put in front of him, and that's more of what I'm attracted to. That he cut from my club. Listen, I'm fighting whoever y'all put in front of me, and I think he got the opportunity of a lifetime to fight Devin Haney. It's gonna be a tough one because Devin Haney is an amazing boxer. You know, I just want to see it, man. It's gonna be a great fight. Brian Norman, he brings that heat. He comes in shape. He can punch. He do a lot of good things that's hard to do. He adapts immediately. I like his style. He adapts immediately. He got hardy in shape. He tries to hurt you. He tries to hurt you. And when he knocked out that Japanese guy, the way he knocked him out, people don't understand how hard that is. You got to box in order to know how hard it is to knock somebody out with that type of hook.
so I guess my thing is, right, is that so Devin's moving up to 147, right?
Mhm.
They wanted the Teofimo Lopez fight. It didn't materialize. Obviously, I guess I'm going down the list. Shakur can't work. Tanks in the Lamont Roach fight. I forgot who the fourth is. I think I have to pull it up. But Brian Norman was number five, right? So, but with that being said, Brian Norman still didn't seem like it was very realistic because he has this crazy strong left hook where everyone felt that Devin couldn't get away from Ryan. Now,
Right.
I know some people said that Ryan I mean, Devin fought that way and Ryan, which he shouldn't. So he should fight. He's going to fight differently than Norman. But is there concerns that that same left hook, but with a bigger guy, all right? He's a bigger guy. He's knocking guys out one punch style, one punch knockout. Where you said there's not a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah, but it's a cumulative of punches. He's beating guys up. Like he's putting shots together, and over rounds he's knocking them out. You understand what I'm saying? So I think the fight I seen him fight at the he fought at
The resort
the
or
no
no,
the Fountain
Palms,
Blue.
Fountain
Fountain
Blue. That's
Blue.
what it was.
When he fought Fountain Blue, the way I was impressed, man. He was using his jab, took his time, making all his shots count, and he got the kid out of there. He got him hurt and got him out of there. And he got a good right hand too, because he's got a left hook. He got a good right hand too.
Correct. He does. He does.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, Devin in for a tough one, but he's also in for a tough one too, because Devin ain't easy to hit. Devin is not easy to hit, so he gonna have to work. He gonna have to work. He gonna earn his money. They both gonna earn their money that night. And I just want to say I love both fighters, and I'm proud of both fighters for stepping up to the plate and giving us a real fight. Shout out to Devin and Bill, and shout out to Brian Jr. and Brian Sr., man. I love you guys for making boxing great again.
Do you favor anyone in this fight? Because you
Uh,
gotta,
uh,
you gotta, you gotta. I mean, I guess you can sit on the fence if you want, but like, who's the underdog? Like, if without
well, well, well,
Googling,
well, 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 I think it'd be a see, Devin's my guy. Devin, that's my guy, man. I knew Devin since he was a kid. So I can never go against Devin, but I like Brian Norman, and that's my emotion talking. But me as a boxing guy, not knowing either one of them as a boxing guy, I think it's an extremely good fight. For winner, can't pick a winner. I think it's extremely good fight.
got it. So we're gonna sit on the fence.
Yeah.
That's
I think
fair. That's fair.
I think it's an extremely good fight.
I mean, I do see the danger on both ends because Devin is
Right.
extremely elusive and he's
Right.
willing to fight and I've seen fighters move up in weight and get stronger, right? And
Right.
they
That's what
punch
I'm saying.
and I'm not saying that Devin is considered this guy that sleeps people, but we've seen glimpses in the Regis Prograis fights.
You're right.
We've seen him, in other fights where when he's actually getting busy, he's putting a lot of punches together and he's getting moments in there. So to sit in the pocket with Brian Norman at any point,
It's da- it's dangerous.
is
It's
that
it's
something we're
dangerous.
gonna see at all from Devin? Or are we gonna see kind of the elusive, slick moving guy, which
That's what
might
the
just get
fact
a
that we
good.
did the fact that we see them against Jose Ramirez. I think we're gonna see the same devil. So this kid is way more dangerous than Ramirez.
Mhm.
I don't think he had to move that much against Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? So I think with this kid, we're gonna see probably some of the same thing. I just pray he be a little sharper and not run and not move so much like kind of step like he used to do and not what I'm saying sit down on the shot and the Devin that I'm used to seeing. Ramirez was a good performance, but it wasn't a great performance. I love Devin. I got to keep it real. It wasn't a great performance, decent performance. But he can't do that against this kid Brian Norman. He got to sit down and fight a little bit.
Timothy Bradley told me prior to fighting, anyone who fights Haney would need to go and get a whole bunch of chickens, put them in a coop, run around and chase them. And if you can catch a chicken, you can catch Devin
Yeah,
Haney,
Devin.
right? So, I mean, what really, I guess, really in boxing, like, wise techniques, like, what does he need to do? Because we know what Devin does not need to do, right? Engage
Yeah.
into combat with Norman. But what does Norman need to do to get to Devin so that he makes him uncomfortable and force him in a fight?
You need to cut the ring off, use his jab, put punches together, start from the body, hit the shoulders. Like that's how if I was fighting, that's how I would fight him. I would start from the body, use feints, stay in front of him all the time, but punch with him. And when he punch with him. So when he backs out, keep punching. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would fight. I would throw at the shoulders. When he ain't doing nothing, I would throw at the shoulders. And when he punched, I would punch with him, use feints, and a real good jab, double, triple, hard jab. That's how I would fight Devin if I was a fighter.
can Norman actually catch Devin? It's like is that because Devin's movement is absolutely top tier. Like
Right.
like
You
like
can't,
it's it.
but that's why it would be. That's why they're gonna have to work. That's why I said they're gonna have to work. If I was Devin fighting Brian Norman, I would start from the body, keep everything sharp. Like I would throw shots. I would just put them combinations together. When I get finished, turn them. I would step to the side. I wouldn't step straight back. I would step to the side. I would step to the side, use my jab up and down, but I wouldn't run. I would step, use feints, still round, so he keep his hands up good. I would just throw combinations at his glove, not even try to hit him at first, but whip everything hard to the body.
Mhm. Do you feel because on just perspectives, it just seems like a fight. Like, why would you take this, Devin? Right? So obviously the respect goes there, right? Of course, the
Yeah.
norm is going to take the fight, the smaller guy with the notoriety name, and it's all upside right there, right? But for Devin's case, is there something that just is very glaring that Norman does that gives the Haneys the confidence? Like, of course we're going to take that fight. Like, yes,
Yeah, because
because.
I think Devin is a dog. I think that's the fighter in him talking like, nah,
Mhm.
you don't pull my card. I'm like that. You about to find out. So I think that's the fighter in Devin, and that's what I love. I love that. You got to be a fighter to understand that.
No, I mean, not even a fight of fans. I think there's not. Honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I would be shocked to find one person hating on the fight and not give
Right,
Devin the credit for it, right? You
right,
could be the
right.
biggest Devin hater fan and you can
But you
root
you
for you can root for Brian
you gotta
Norman,
take your hat off to him, like
but you
yo.
gotta take your hat off, right? Like you can root for Norman, hate Devin, but love the fight
Right,
because that's what we got, right? So
right,
respect everyone involved, everyone who, I think you said like Ness, everyone who antagonized it, pushed
right,
it, like keep, come
right.
on, we ain't letting go of this shit. So appreciate everyone. Like I'm watching from the sidelines and watching it
Yeah,
happen across. So I'm just happy, but at the same time. I do feel like this is a fight that can really give someone a lot of clout. But at the same
yeah,
time, it could also destroy someone's career. Do you feel
right.
that too? Like,
Well,
is this
I'm never saying getting talked about his career because when you got good fighters fighting, it's like it's like okay, he lost to Devin Haney. That's not a bad loss.
for
He
fight?
lost
No,
to
but I'm talking about fight fans. Yes, it doesn't hurt, but in the optics of 2025, right? Like, let's
yeah,
call it like
boxing is soft now. Now you got to be undefeated and all that bull crap. You know what I'm saying? But and then it's like Devin lose to Brian Norman. It's like yo, he lost to a really good fighter that's been knocking out everybody. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like he lost to a scrub where it's like yo, he's done. They both can come back no matter what. They both can come back because both of their names hold weight.
I get what you're saying in the boxing world, but because Devin is, I'll just use Devin for example. Devin is so
Because he's so
hated.
he hated.
He is so hated, and then the Ryan Garcia craziness that went by.
Yeah,
Like, do you really think because it's like the Adrian Broner thing, right? I know Adrian
yeah.
has a fan base that's extended even after the Maidana loss, but um, a legitimate, unquestionable, uncontroversial loss, right? That one loss in 2025, does that really actually hold weight on Devin, in this case? Because unless he gets a good opponent with a name, can he
Yeah.
still carry on or will he be slated to, the B
Oh,
side?
no, he definitely gonna be slated. He's a black man. Of course, he's gonna be slated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real. They're like, you know, in fact, they lost to Ryan Garcia. Did he lose to if he lose to Brian Norman? Unless he get stopped or something. It was he ain't got no chin. He's no good. He ain't gonna be a warrior like a Mexican. He gonna be like, oh, he's no good. He's no good. You know what I'm saying? So of course, like, so this is a fight. For Devin, this is a crossroads fight. But like I said, my hat's off to him for believing in himself and taking it. Like, yo, y'all can think what y'all want. I'm coming out smoking.
Yeah, no. Look, he gets a win over Brian Norman, a guy who has a massive left hook where they said that Devin couldn't get away from Ryan. And I mean, look, at this point, I think if he becomes a three division world champion, I'm not saying immediately first ballot Hall of Fame, but those books that when people start putting names in, right? They're gonna kind of slowly etch, maybe Devin's
Yeah.
name,
Oh, they know. Yeah.
start spelling the D, the
Yeah.
E, go take a water break, come back, maybe do a V, but it's something is cooking in that ballot where, look, a welterweight championship going from 135, Vasily Lomachenko going up. I
Yeah.
mean, it's legit. I give him that. So, any last things you want to close out on this topic?
No, listen, I love Devin. I love Brian. May the best gladiator win. And I'm gonna be tuned in. And I love both guys. And thank y'all for giving us this fight.
I agree. Facts. Shout out to Norman. Shout out to Devin. Can't even look. Can't even hate, man. I'm just the
Yeah.
only thing I could hate, and it's because I'm an American in America. That is not in America. Just.
Yeah.
I get it. Put it. Do your Saudi thing. I get it. I get it. I'm not even gonna be hating on it, but I'm not going over this yet. So I
Right.
gotta watch it on
Right.
TV like
Right.
everyone else. So.
Right.